The national retention rate is at 83%, but in some community is as low as 20%. And this is especially for girls, and the barriers to girls' education are many. So first of all, poverty is a main barrier, long distances to school, early enforced marriages, female genital mutilation that leads to early marriages, and socio-cultural taboos and gender stereotypes that don't allow girls to proceed to transition to secondary education and have careers and jobs later in life. So in my study, I looked for schools that are within these marginalized communities that had a higher retention rate than the national average rate of 83%. And from my findings, part of what they're doing right is they do have mentoring programs. They're having clubs, girls' clubs, where the girls are taught about sexual and reproductive health, where the girls are given an opportunity to discuss topics that are considered taboo. For example, early marriages, female genital mutilation. And through the spaces, girls are also able to mentor each other and have a space where they can talk about their issues. So I have a few recommendations. The first one is the policies on mentoring should also include a component of community engagement. Girls and schools do not exist in isolation, but if we continue working with girls only, remember they still live within a community, so they will go back to the context that they are used to, and so the government must find a way of engaging the community. And secondly is to have a clear criteria of the girls who would most benefit from mentoring. For example, girls who are from minority groups, that is religious or ethnic, girls who have HIV and AIDS and other sexually transmitted diseases, children or girls with disabilities, girls from extremely poor homes. So every community should be able to identify the girls who are most likely to drop out of school. There should be a clear engagement, instructions on how schools should engage with mentors, and also the content that should be covered, and also institutionalize mentoring if it is to be become part of the school community. Otherwise, because of the focus on examination, mentoring activities will continue to be sidestepped as schools try to increase the school scores. Girls are not homogeneous even within marginalized communities. For example, there are communities in Kenya where they are hunters and gatherers, others are nomadic pastoralists, others are fishermen. So those fishing communities, they do migrate. Others have different unique challenges, and having a one-size-fits-all approach may not work because girls experience challenges differently. So I think there should be guidelines on how to identify the kind of model that would best suit girls in different content, and then how to match the girls and the mentors. And we should focus on training and equipping local talent because it exists in all communities, even the poorest of communities in Kenya.